Hello, everyone. On our podcast show this week, we'd like to make sure that all of you checking in to make sure that you all had a wonderful holiday.
Wonderful Christmas.
Yes, and a happy holiday. And I hope that all of you got something that you truly needed or wanted. And if you got one of the things in our selfish gift guide, please let us know in the comments below. We'd really like to find out if that actually worked on somebody in your household. But anyhow, neither of us got anything on our guide.
No,
we're still selfish about the things, so we're still waiting for Santa to deliver that sometime in the future. Especially that treadmill, I could really use that thing. But anyhow, it is time for us to reflect on 2024 and what our thoughts are on some of the best and the worst things from 2024. Many things have happened this year, and some things good, some things bad. And we'll have to see what happens in the new year, which is literally just around the corner as we record this. So we're going to start with the worst things of 2024.
The worst.
And if you agree or disagree, please let us know your displeasure in the comments below. But we're going to basically make it the worst three from each of us and the best three from each of us. Yeah. And hopefully that reflects some of your thoughts and feelings as well too. But also, if we missed something down, please leave our comment down below. Let us know what your thoughts are on what you feel is the best and the reasons for.
That's right. And if you have any products that you think is the best or the worst, just put it in the comments.
All right.
Yeah.
So we're staking our reputations on these picks. So I guess I'll have to go first.
Go ahead.
All right.
What have you got?
So the number one worst thing of 2024 has to be...
Has to be what?
X. Formerly known as Twitter.
Okay, what do they do?
But when you mash X and Twitter together, you get shitter. And it has literally hit the thing. Hit the place. It is the most it is the worst version of itself in all of its existence this year.
Yeah,
because it has gone from a place where people share what they had for breakfast to now
it's
all of the worst things of the internet, all of the worst of humanity has pooled in one place.
Yeah,
and because
it's not a great place.
All of the good people have gone to bluer skies.
Yeah, blue skies
and threads.
Yeah.
It seems to be a place, an entire echo chamber of angry people yelling at each other.
It's a lot toxic.
It's very toxic.
And it has a lot of stuff which I would have thought it'd be kind of filtered or removed, but it's there.
It's not filtered.
It's not. It's or censored because, it's meant to be a free speech platform, no censorship and stuff like that. But certain things... needs to be right, like hate speech and they regularly like the fight scenes that they have in there are horrific.
Yeah, the violence and all of the other stuff there is really truly disturbing. It would not be a platform that I would actually recommend anyone go to now because it's just disturbing. What is there? Like it's literally the worst of humanity has gathered in this place.
I had high hopes for X because when Elon took over, he was slated to be the one app to have everything like the WeChat app in China, right?
Yeah.
It's meant to have like the payment system in there. It's meant to have like authentication systems in there and all that kind of stuff where it'd be a useful tool.
Yeah.
A useful app, useful tool for everyday life, right? And stuff like that, payments and sharing content and creative content and stuff like that. But no.
No, instead it's gone down the X and the Twitter.
Yeah,
and when you say them together, it is exactly what it's become. So that for me is literally the worst social media platform, I guess, if we want to narrow it down. But actually, it's the worst place on the internet right now. And it's just this type of behavior is just spreading. I mean, it's gone to even though Reddit has moderation and everything like that, even some of this stuff is spreading over there. Now, the nice thing about Threads is that we can block people left and right, and you will never hear from them again. So they can shout into the internet, but no one will see or hear their rhetoric, which is great. That's good. And then
with X, you can't block Elon.
You can't block Elon anymore. He's unblocked himself. Right?
It's unblockable.
He's
Elon.
unblockable. You can't block. Yeah, like that's just terrible, right? I mean, my free speech is blocking you. You've denied my free speech. So I'm not really there anymore. I've kept my account. It is warm. I might work on just deleting all my tweets and everything later on. But I just don't want that platform to be associated with me anymore. It's just not great. And as a result, a lot of brands have left that platform, anywhere from the Washington Post to like cereal brands and everything like that. All the brands are fleeing because they just don't want to be associated with this.
They're not spending advertising dollars on there.
No,
for sure.
And for many brands, it's not appetizing to have these types of brands. Like, they don't want to spend the time on the platform where it's just mud being slung at everything that they do.
Yeah,
because
it's not the right target audience. For example, if your brand is related to or associated to a certain demographic, it's not there anymore. No, and the community that you once built is now disintegrating because brands will advertise on platforms where their people are not here. They're moving somewhere else because I'd have to say that even to those that have the most weird opinions and everything, this type of over hate and over disinformation must be tiring. It must be. It's just getting too much.
Yeah. So worst of 2024. That's my number one pick. How about you?
Again, related to this, Elon, I think the Cybertruck sucks.
It does.
The worst. It was all glorious and super, massive, introduction when it was introduced 3 years ago.
Yeah, years ago.
And it was hyped up and everything. It looked great. It did a kind of as a truck versus Cybertruck. Normal. I think it was, can't remember. It was a Ford or some sort. Yeah. And it beat the hell out of it in a tug of war. Thing.
But it can't do truck things.
It can't do truck things.
Yeah.
And I think things are falling apart.
Oh, quickly. In fact, I noticed it in traffic. I noticed that the tailgate on several, not several. There's only a couple. There's several on the Lower Mainland. Yeah. But every single one that I've seen, the tailgate is actually off. It's really tight on the one side, but it's had a huge gap on either the right-hand side or the left-hand side.
So the build quality isn't there.
It's bad. And I also saw, and this is funny, I was driving in Coquitlam, which is a suburb of Vancouver, by the way, and there was a Cybertruck from Illinois parked off the side of the road like it was broken, because no one goes to this part of town for anything at all. It had an Illinois plate that said bulletproof.
That's the plate name.
That's the plate name. So whoever you are, your truck broke down in Coquitlam.
And there was no one there.
In the middle of the night.
There was no one there.
I think the guy was still in the cabin.
Oh, all right.
But he had his four-ways on, and the thing looked like it was dead. I think he was just waiting for someone to tow it.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't a manufacturer plate. Someone actually owned that truck. And they were up there. And no one goes here. No one goes here. Like your truck died in the middle of nowhere.
We have in Richmond, there's quite a few Cybertrucks actually. Yep. A couple owned locally. Yep. But again, a lot of them come from the US to Vancouver.
This one had the vanity plate, so we know. We know.
But yeah, you're right. It's falling apart.
It's rusting.
It's patina. The patina.
The patina.
The patina. It's not silver anymore. Yeah. It's like almost brownish.
Yeah. The funny thing is that some people still love it, and I don't get where this. These are the same people that have basically all of a sudden become supporters of the other party, even though they hate the guy. Yeah, like certain people, like I don't know why.
If I was going to get one, and they offered me free charging for life, yeah, I'll get one. I'll
get one for that purpose because it saves me money. But it's just not a.
But it's not a good vehicle as such.
It's gonna be. It's how many recalls has it had so far?
I can't remember.
I've lost count, and a lot of them are not over-the-air updates. They literally have to bring them in.
Yeah, and the thing is, like you said, it doesn't do truck things. Certain trucks
getting stuck.
Yeah, certain trucks have to tow them out.
Yeah,
right.
And what's stupid is that I guess no one ever tested it in the snow. But you know the hood and everything like that. The way that the light bar is, it's actually a shelf for holding snow. You can't the light bar doesn't actually work.
Okay.
It doesn't work. So it doesn't, the snow doesn't come off, so you can't see. So it hides the light.
Yeah. It's
right. It's dangerous to drive in the dark in the snow.
I would say it's, in fact it is. At least with the VinFast, you can actually drive in it. It may not be comfortable, but this Cybertruck, I reckon, it was probably the worst vehicle of 2024.
Wait. Are you saying that even the VinFast is better than the Cybertruck?
I would say, yeah.
Oh my God.
Seriously.
Okay.
I mean, at least I was sitting at the back and it was comfortable. It may not be comfortable enough, but
it's minimal.
But it's drivable, right?
Yeah, it's drivable.
But this thing here, though, I don't know.
People look at it. It stops traffic. It gets
it turns heads.
Turns heads.
Yeah.
But is it for the right reason? Probably not.
And I see people driving around. Yeah. In fact, the same vehicle drive around 3-4 times around the block.
Oh yeah,
just to show it off.
Just to show it off. Just to show it off.
The hell? And imagine the people. Yeah. It tells so much about the character of that driver.
Yeah, I know. There was actually a psychological study that people that buy Cybertrucks actually are lonely.
But it's lonely.
In some way, they are lonely.
They're probably psychotic.
Yeah, in some way they are lonely, or something has happened in their life.
Narcissistic.
Maybe.
Yeah,
but anyhow, like the Tesla brand is now also a worst overall.
If they release the so-called Roadster racer, right?
No, the Tesla brand has become the new MAGA hat. If you drive a Tesla, it doesn't matter who you are, you get the hate on you.
All right, now, so it's
because of their leadership.
Yeah. Oh, do you know they created a new department of government efficiency?
Doge.
And it's short form to Doge.
Yeah.
Right. So
that's not going to happen for at least a few weeks as things happen in the United States. We wish you all the best of luck, and whatever happens, the world is also holding their breath as to what will happen next.
I don't think Elon is good at government. He's good at creating things. Maybe.
I don't think he's even that. He disrupts things and expects people to do them his way.
Yeah, he doesn't. Right? He doesn't.
He makes ultimatums and he gets upset when they're not done.
But like Steve Jobs said.
No. Steve was actually a creator.
Oh, yeah,
he actually created things. Okay. He had a vision, and he needed them done a certain way for these visions to happen.
Right.
You can't equate an Elon Musk to a Steve Jobs because they're not the same.
They're not the same person.
They're not the same. As much as Steve Jobs was a complete asshole and a jerk, he actually had a holistic vision of what he wanted for the world.
He's a visionary.
Yeah. And as a visionary, sometimes you do have to step on some toes to get what you want. But what he wanted at the end was actually for everyone.
Oh, was a better
future.
Better future. Yeah.
Cohesive vision and everything. And once people got on board with it, once it was completed, they understood. With what's happening on the Elon side, no one understands, and it's very chaotic. So it's hard to narrow that vision down so that everyone's running in the same place.
Cybertruck, the worst of 2024.
Yeah,
for me. Who knows next year? Could be the Robovan, or Robotaxi, whatever.
Well, that's not going to happen for the next 5 years.
All right.
Okay. Also,
what do you got next?
Well, unfortunately, another EV brand, Fisker.
I thought they were out. Oh.
Yeah, they're bankrupt.
Okay,
they're gone.
Okay,
so that's also worst. Apparently,
did anyone buy them
out later? No one bought them out.
Oh,
they're basically bankrupt.
Okay.
They're trying to figure out how to support this network of vehicles that are already out there because there's used versions of them. One silver lining is that the company that helped create the OEM, that helped engineer the platform, Magna International, actually has Canadian offices.
Okay,
and they're also international as well too. They make and manufacture OEM parts for almost everyone. So they are a full service platform and every one designer. They work with all the major players.
Okay.
So if someone were to step in and actually, or even Magna decided, hey, you know what? I think it's time for us to stop being an OEM and we're going to be a car company.
Okay.
That might be an interesting play. I don't know if that's happening, but right now as it stands, every Fisker owner that has a car, especially one that's bricked, is screwed.
How much are they at the time?
Oh, they're trying to sell them secondhand at some dealerships in BC for $40,000.
40,000 used
for a used vehicle. Yeah,
and there's no guarantee that
guarantee,
and it could break any time.
Yeah, if it breaks, it's done. Some of the things are like if the 12-volt battery goes and you want to reset the thing, it may not fully reset, and then your key might not work. Like there's all these things that have come out after the fact.
Yeah,
they're just simple fixes for someone to push an OTA update for it because that's what they were designed for. But who's running the servers? The servers are not available. Like the website's still up.
Yeah,
but it's a weird time. And apparently they had some engineers on staff that were from another country that were actually siphoning off money. So there was some internal theft that happened that made them more bankrupt faster.
Oh my God.
So this is a whole bunch of mess. It was really messed up. So also the worst. Also an EV company, unfortunately, but for a very legitimate
But the vehicle was also bad at...
Oh, it was a terrible vehicle as well too. Marquez Brownlee completely roasted their vehicle. That didn't help at all, right? Roasted it. Worse than the VF8. Worse than VinFast.
Okay. So, yeah. So I guess it's worse than Cybertruck.
So if the VinFast is here as the low bar,
it'd be Cybertruck in the middle.
Yeah, because even Marquez said that the VF8, the newest one that he got, it's fine.
It's fine.
It's fine.
It's fine.
It's not great. It's fine. That's our. If they fixed all the things that they did, it's fine. And they still haven't returned my call and given me one to try.
Yeah, we need a VF9 for a year to drive around. I don't want the
VF9.
It's too big. Too big? Okay.
Too big. I would take a VF8 that's fixed. Right?
Or redesigned. Or reinvented.
You got to reinvent that thing. That was a gas car. Like you could tell it was built as a gas car. The thing is so low to the ground that it has no clearance. It doesn't even look like an SUV. It really doesn't. Like the tail, when I look at how low it is, it's gonna scrape every speed bump in my neighborhood.
Just trying to be a sports car. Maybe.
Oh man. Okay. So that was my worst of 2020. Okay. That's my second pick. You actually picked my third, which was the Cybertruck.
Oh, okay.
So I'll think of something else while you go ahead.
All right. PCs now. We talk about the latest process from Intel because everybody knows Intel for the last 2 years have been like going down. No new product roadmaps.
That's bad.
Nothing. Like normally NVIDIA or AMD will have a 5-year roadmap, right? 5-year roadmap of all the new products coming up in the next 5 years.
Who's driving the ship?
There's no new products for the next 5 years. Nothing exciting.
Where are we going?
They've put their resources, which whatever they have,
what, are they buying crypto now?
They moved it into some of the resources into developing graphics cards.
Why?
I'm thinking to myself, no, you do not do that. AMD and NVIDIA have taken the market share. In fact, NVIDIA's got the biggest market share, like probably 80% or whatever.
And NVIDIA's
Intel,
going into chips now too.
Into like graphics card. Forget it. You're not going to make it. But they're spending those very, very valuable resources into developing graphics cards. I don't know why. Maybe graphics cards for GPU, accelerator for servers, maybe, but they're making retail products. They're launching their B580 Intel Arc graphics card, which the previous generation, the Arc A770, whatever, didn't do well. So I'm not sure why they're launching this new graphics card, and it's targeted at the mainstream. Price range $250-ish, right? So that's what they're planning to do. Announcement actually 3rd of December, so that's in 2 days' time. So and the results.
It's not 2 days' time because we're at the end of the month.
Oh yeah, it's true. Launching 13th December, so that was a couple of weeks ago, I guess. But yeah, worse. And the chip that they launched, the processor that's meant to be the new platform. Yep. Remember I told you about the Z790, which is the previous platform. Socket 1700, right? So that's for the Intel Core i series.
Yep.
Core i5, i7, i9. That's been running for like 3 years. That's fine. That's good. Keep hold of it because There's still some nice processors, valuable or cheap
Yeah.
you can get, right? For the new platform, which they just launched a new chip, is a new Z890, which is the new socket LGA 1851. It's different pins.
Yeah.
So you need a new board, the new chip. The new chip is called Core Ultra, Intel Core Ultra Series 2. So the Core Ultra is already available on the laptops. You see them this year already, and
all
they're
marketed.
okay because they launch new chips on laptop for a reason, because of lower voltage and they run better, whatever. For the process for your desktops, they've only launched it last month, I think, or the month before. Bad.
Yeah,
it's worse gaming performance than the previous generation, the Core i9 1400Ks, right? So a lower, it's only a couple of frames, but with a new chip, you don't say that in your slides. It actually says that in your slides, Intel. Come on. I mean, what the hell? It's like frames per second. Yeah, 260 something, and then for the new chip, it was 250 something. And but it did show that it runs at a lower temperature, so more energy efficient. That's what the thing is.
But overclocking?
I didn't mention anything about overclocking, but
so maybe it doesn't.
It runs at the runs at the same performance as previous gen.
Okay,
that's what they said. But although a couple of frames may not behind, but a lower voltage, lower temps.
Also, if you increase the voltage, it'll be the same temps and same performance. So basically, it's the same thing, just rebranded.
And
weird.
So you need a new board, new chip,
and a new board. Okay.
But I guess the only thing going for it, though, is maybe it is able to run high speed RAM. So you can get high speed RAM for it, which, again, you spend more money on. You don't need to be honest. So in other words, if you have
This isn't that cam stuff, is it?
No, that's another platform. But it's called CU DIMMs.
Okay.
Clocked unbuffered, right? So the current ones you have is unbuffered RAM. So you don't need to know about the
So the old stuff, see you later. Now we see you dim.
See you dim.
Okay.
So right now, if you have the current 13th gen, 14th gen Intel, keep it.
Okay.
All right. So keep it for another 2 years, in fact.
Jeez.
Right. So this new, they don't even call it the 15th gen. They just call it the Core Ultra, right? New platform. Z890, blah, blah, blah.
Oh boy.
New chip, new motherboard. Don't get it, honestly. It's not worth your money. If you have the old 10th gen, like 5 years ago, then maybe, because you can't get, there's no point getting the 14th gen if you're going to get this new chip. So, but right now, current 13th, 14th gen, fine, no problem. You keep it for another 2 years.
Okay. Intel. All right.
Yeah.
One thing that has come out in 2024 that was like all the rage throughout the year was these personal assistant things, like the Rabbit R1.
The AI things?
So Rabbit R1, the AI thing.
Okay.
And then the pen.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yep.
Both products, crap. The pen was constantly overheating. It didn't even last the whole day. You had to keep charging the thing.
Right.
Like the whole purpose to have something that's wearable is to actually have it get out of the way. Like a Star Trek badge, right? It's always there. It's always on. If you need something, it'll be your friend, your AI, right?
Yeah.
And the pen didn't fulfill that promise. They even had this battery extension for it. Didn't work. And then the Rabbit R1 had a screen on it. Looked cute. Was built by Teenage Engineering, so it was really cute to have. It was like a Tamagotchi looking thing. Seemed like something that had a good design. But then later, what they found out was that it was basically an app. They loaded it onto an Android phone, and it worked.
So we had all these influencers and content creators using it and saying, "Oh yeah, it's great," but in fact,
it was an app. But it was slow, and it got. I can't say it was dumber. It started to. The answers were weird. Like it tried to be more humanistic. Let me think about that. It then wouldn't give you an answer. And they would, like stuff like that.
It'd be like Alexa then.
Yeah, but less so like Alexa, because Alexa will tell you I didn't understand, or whether at least that way I know that we screwed up.
Right.
Rabbit would just keep you hanging for
like
some reason.
He was gonna think.
Let me think about that.
Yeah.
I'll get back to you on that. Okay.
Wait.
So the thing didn't have great battery life. The thing didn't I think they're both companies trying to set up to be acquired because the technology and some of the IP and everything seems very novel, but both failed products in 2024.
Yeah, there's a lot of companies like that, startups, which they create a product, they think, oh wow, spend a lot of money on advertising and influencers and stuff like that, and then and hoping for an exit strategy, so that big companies will buy them out.
Don't get me wrong, like the Rabbit looked cool, like for it was less than $300 or something like that.
But was it useful?
That's the thing. It wasn't useful.
Okay.
At the end of the day, it didn't end up being a useful thing. It was just cheap to acquire, cheap to purchase as a gadget overall with an AI in it, an AI that potentially ran on your phone as an app, which was the weirdest thing that I heard. I was like, so you don't need the hardware. The hardware is frivolous, right? And then the button, the pen as well too. I mean, the usability of it was bad. Like the Star Trek badge, if it worked like that, I'd be like all over that. But it didn't. It didn't work like that, you know. And none of these products ever happened.
It didn't through it.
Yeah, and like you said, they're trying to exit strategy these out. They're trying to value the companies out. I think the pen had a monthly subscription fee on it as well too. Like all these kind of models.
You can get all this stuff now free on Gemini.
Gemini or on Galaxy AI.
Yeah.
You know, like you have those devices, they're already there. Like I understand it would have been nice to have this little assistant that kind of pops with you and everything like that.
Well, you can just do it on Gemini now.
Yeah. I understand that the phone, yes, it's there, but I would have really liked to have had these devices actually work. That would have been fun. That would have been great.
I mean, if you had like a little, I would say novel, but like a little robot kind of character here with that stuff in there.
But they've had those in the past where they've had these things like, you know, the things that kind of glow and everything. You talk to them and like they've had bots like that in the past, and it's just unfortunate. It just didn't work the way they wanted. So wearable, pocketable, R1, no good in 2024. Yeah. Stay away from them for the time being.
Maybe I'll have a new version next year.
Maybe someone will have someone that works in the very near future. Okay, what do you got? Let's change.
Yeah,
I think it's depressing enough. Let's go to the best of 2024.
Right, I love this product.
Okay.
This product is amazing. This is something I've always wanted because, especially when you're streaming and you're doing content creation stuff like that, right? You have this thing called the Stream Deck.
Yes.
So it's being made by Elgato. Acquired by Corsair. So Stream Deck is basically a little control panel with LCD screen buttons, which you can program to do whatever you want.
For your PC.
Okay. And it works for Mac as well, apparently.
Mac and PC, okay.
So I've always had one of those. And what I found was that it connected to USB and stuff like that. Yeah. But it just controls basically the buttons for streaming, or you can control whatever to load up, Adobe and stuff like that. But I wanted more interaction. In terms of like, I want to be able to plug in a mic and stuff like that. And all of that, it was connected through USB on the PC. So it was just a little display control panel thing, right? But now they launched something called the Stream Deck Plus. And on top of that, they have an XLR dock. So that means you'll be able to plug in an XLR mic, like this one here, have it control with the knobs, the volume, stuff like that.
That's novel.
Control the buttons for controlling your streams and applications. You can load up applications, stuff like that. I have it right here.
Oh, look at that.
So that's what it looks like. This is the Stream Deck Plus. So it's an upgraded version to my Stream Deck, right? So the Stream Deck Plus has now knobs. You can program these knobs as well. And it has a button to push.
Oh,
so you can push it, tactile feel to push it, select it. You can also do the knobs. And there's a little touch screen here. So you can slide programmable different buttons. So you can see 8 buttons here. It's not just 8 buttons. You slide it across, it becomes another 8 buttons. You slide it across, it becomes another 8 buttons.
Also,
so it's
you don't need as big of a screen for those things,
you can program all these buttons separately.
Okay.
And a good thing is also at the back, you can see it has an XLR connection there for your mic.
Yeah, you see, you only need one mic.
Yeah.
Most people only need one mic when it's something like that.
That's right.
And of course, if you need more mics, you plug in a mixer through there.
That's right. It has a pre-built preamp. There's a preamp in there.
Nice.
And a headphone jack, so you can monitor your audio.
Okay.
And also USB could plug straight into your computer. So this is all you need.
It's enough.
This replaced my Rode video caster.
There you go. Because it's got video out as well too, right? No, not
no video. It has no video out.
It's everything else but that part.
Yeah, so the video would be you need a capture card or a USB capture, but
still takes care of most of the things that people have.
Audio interface and everything, and I use it a lot for like if I want to switch to different apps. And this one, the whole set, because the original Stream Deck Plus comes with the back with 5 US. I can't remember how many USBs, but USB connectors at the back only.
Okay.
So I had to get the Stream Deck XLR dock to plug in to replace the other one to plug in, so that it gives you this unit. So this one, the whole package is $399.
Okay. So it replaces a few $100s worth of stuff already.
I think so. Yeah. And I use it.
Less desk space.
Less desk space. And Elgato's well known for making streaming equipment. And it's very nice. Yeah. It works well with your Elgato mic if you had one. All right. I think it was called the mic. I can't remember which one. But they have the mic. They have the XLR mic, Wave.
Yeah. Yeah.
And also USB headphones, plug 3.5 millimeter jack as well. So
was there a trade-up program?
There isn't a trade-up.
Okay.
But
I wonder where all those other ones go.
I still keep it as a spare.
Okay, so spare. Okay.
Yeah, so if anything happens, you always go back to the original as a spare. So this is very nice. $399 US.
All right.
Canadian's going to be a little bit more, of course. 450-ish. So actually a bit more, actually, about 500. But definitely worth getting that. It's one of my 2024 best of.
Very nice.
What have you got? Okay.
Well, we're using it right now.
Yeah.
My number one best of 2024 was actually my my selfish gift of last year.
And it became true.
And it became true this year because the pricing has held steady at $929 Canadian for the creator combo. That's the sale price that has been going on for periodically all year. I've had this for the last couple months now, and I really enjoy the fact that I can create on the fly vertical and horizontal video. And of course, this podcast with the creator mic that's already right here, we're picking up the audio as our scratch audio, which is actually very high quality, but it also gives us much, much better sound to sync to, which I find that's very appealing to us. And then when I saw the picture coming out of this thing, and I put the LUT on, I'm like, hey, this is enough. Like, why are we bothering with a full mirrorless camera over there when we just need this? And it's compact. It's right there. This means that we can also use a smaller room because the other camera we had all the way over on the other side there pointed at us. This is sitting like maybe
still 2 feet.
2 feet away.
Yeah.
But it's capturing the room, the atmosphere, and both hosts as well. And all the products that Winston has been showing you, you get an idea of where they are as well too, which is fantastic. At $929, you get everything you need. Mic, the fuzzy, a kickstand and everything like that, and an external battery, which looks like this here. The other one's on the other side recording you.
This comes off like this. That's the actual unit.
We're running the entire show. We basically we can record up to 3 shows using this external handle battery.
Yep.
And like a 128 gigabyte SD card that it takes, that it needs to be V30 or above. It will record over 3 hours of footage at 4K 24p. Now you can do slow motion as well too, 120, 240 at lower resolutions. But man, this thing has been incredible. And because of the fact that you can put it on a selfie pole, you can have it up high and everything. It's a full gimbal, and it also has this weird kind of parallax 180 spin and everything like that. It's small enough to hold.
You just do that, it turns on.
Why is yours so much faster than mine? Hold on. Let's see if it shuts down.
It is. It takes a while.
Oh, there it goes. Yeah. Okay. No, that's about the same speed.
Yeah.
I thought there was something wrong with mine. I'm like, no, this is about right. It actually, that last click takes a little bit, right? Yeah. But such a good combo. Such a great combo.
Definitely.
Even comes with an additional, it's pretty wide right now, as you can see.
Yep.
But it actually comes with an additional wide angle lens that's in this handy case. So you can get even wider for those wider shots as well too. And the carry case is included. it's just such a great combo.
Definitely.
Best of 2023 for the last part of that year, but definitely the best of 2024 as a creator device for all of 2024. So many people have had this in their hands. We also noticed that at Computex this year as well, too. So many people were using it to film themselves to show that POV, look at the latest whatever device that they had on the floor as well, too. Easy to film, easy to deliver, D-log footage and everything like that. Just a great device.
I love about this is you can just flip it to horizontal or vertical. Yeah. You're portrait mode.
Now you're an influencer on Instagram.
Or you just flip it to like 1080 or 4K.
Yep. And when you take it to the gym and record yourself, people won't know it's a phone.
Yeah, it's not a phone, and also it's nice and compact. It's very handy, and I've taken it to the UK to film.
Yep.
With this pouch, travel pouch, it does.
I've been outdoors with it. Again, if you are outdoors with it, it is not weatherproof in any shape or form. That's the only downside with this device. So if you're in the rain, you get caught, you need to protect it as well. Yeah. Seems to work pretty well in cold weather as well too, which I found. We were about maybe 7 or 10 degrees out, but I haven't tested it in lower temperatures, but I've seen people with doing snowboard stuff with it. It's pretty neat.
I love this as well. This mic here is what we've been using as well. This is the mic, DJI Mic 2. Right?
With the magnet. It comes with it, by the way.
And hit the one with the magnet. And it clips on like that as well. And it has this they call it dead cat?
Dead cat?
Yeah.
Or wind muff.
Yeah, wind muff, or windshield.
This has been awesome for if you have a hat.
Oh, yeah. It clips on. Good audio quality as well. It has 32-bit
internal recording, so it has a backup for you just in case you need it. You can format it separately if you don't want that recording.
That's right. And even if you buy this on its own on Amazon, it's $135 US
just for one of
these. So it's included in the combo pack.
Yep.
And
so keep in mind, it's $719 just for the bare bones package without the battery pack, without the mic. So by adding the creator combo, you get a lot of value for that. I highly recommend it for the creator combo.
Yeah, that's right. I love this. By the way, you can actually use it for a webcam.
Oh yeah, that's the other thing too. If you buy a really long, because the USB-C cable that comes with it is kind of short. If you buy a longer, high quality USB-C cable, I know that the cable that comes with my my Samsung Galaxy Z Flip, which we'll talk about in 1 second, is actually quite long. It's about 3 feet. It actually reaches to the top of my monitor. I just put it on a stand. It's the best webcam that you'll ever have.
Oh yeah.
Bar none.
It's got this active face tracking mode. Love it because it just follows you and it makes a video looks different. And I've actually made a couple of videos with it. And when it follows you, it's as if it's a third person filming you.
Yeah, that's true. I've tested it as a potential use for audition tapes and everything like that, and it's just so cool. Like literally one of the best of 2024, bar none. Bar none.
Definitely.
Absolutely bar none. Now, next.
Right. I've got this thing which was started a Kickstarter. Okay. It's a brand called Cooler Master. So I'm noticing a lot of brands going to Kickstarter to start up their projects.
Yeah, it's not a new thing because Peak Design, they make camera bags and everything like that. They started as Kickstarter. Every product they put out there as Kickstarter first. Yeah. Then they get the production ready and then it just goes to market. I have a feeling though that they've got this down to a science where pretty much everything, once you guys give it the go ahead, they will just
because they know they have an attraction of valuable customers, right? Yeah. So Cooler Master have just started this thing on Kickstarter and they call it the MasterHub.
MasterHub, yes.
All right. So something to do with, again, for creators, design for creators, where we'll be able to like stream, control, cut, edit, whatever. Yeah. It's basically a tool for creators. And I think it's something that the creators wanted because they don't want to get stuck with one device or several devices, which is a pain. So they come up with this thing and it was just interesting. And when they first put it onto Kickstarter, it was completely, the funded value that they got was completely 100% within like an hour.
Because people wanted it.
People wanted it. So this is it. So this is the Cooler Master MasterHub. And what's so different about this is that each of these things here, the control units, are modular.
And they're magnetic.
And they're magnetic. And you can remove these however you want. You can compile it like horizontal.
Okay.
Right, like this. And each of these little device modules control certain things. Like this one is the faders, right? For the volume and things like that, right?
Okay.
Scrollers here. This is the control pad here with the LCD, which again, programmable to whatever buttons you want. And if you want to, this is say vertical portrait mode, and you can flip it horizontal to do a different mode as well. So you can just flip these around and then magnetically kind of like stick together. It's crazy, like, you know.
Neat.
And these control knobs are, you'll be able to buy them separately. It comes with like this. It comes standard like here you go. It comes standard with the LCD and the scroller and the faders. So that's as is, cool. Right? But you can actually buy these actual modules. These are the 3 knobs. Again, it has the click and the knob and the scrolls. And then this is the other module, which you can then program it and scroll and tactile push.
Got it.
And this is a LCD screen in the middle, so you can actually program it to do whatever you want. For example, if you're in Adobe, you can actually program it so it can scroll, zoom in and zoom out of the footage, image, and then select, and so on. So a fantastic like a control deck. I call it a control deck or control module deck, which I think is very handy. You could just program, for example, you know how to do like edits on your Photoshop or your video.
Yeah, this is a lot more configurable than some of the other things, because I've seen the loop deck, I've seen some other things there. I've seen another one that has modular pieces. But even that seemed limited compared to this.
And it has USB-C ports on this side and this side, and outputs to display port as well.
Oh, neat.
So you don't need a full-on monitor, like a 27-inch, 32-inch monitor. You can out display to a separate portable monitor. So it's side by side. So for example, if you're on a remote job, and you can't have a big massive monitor with you, right?
Yes.
If you have a portable monitor, you can display port out from here to a portable monitor.
That's neat.
So very handy. Again, programmable. I've been using it quite easy, because when you have to do like repeat edits, like right click on Adobe and then you select something and you have to like apply it to all the different snippets and clips, you can just press the button to do it.
I'm looking at the loop deck, the Logitech MX Motion, and none of those are configurable. Like I know there's one other product out there, I can't remember its name, which is probably telling as to how much people remember, but the loop deck is something I always remember.
The loop deck, and this one, for example, if you're right-handed, left-handed, you just swap the modules around.
So it doesn't matter, it's ambidextrous. Cool. Price?
$399.
Not bad. Because I'm looking at the loop deck already, and even the loop deck, their high-end version is $700. You can't do any of this stuff.
Is it modular?
It's not modular. None of it is.
Oh, this is totally modular.
Even the Logitech Buy MX Creative Console is $270, and it's just 2 pieces, but it's not configurable.
So for example, if you're just doing audio, video stuff, then we do it this way.
So it's community driven, which means that some of the macros and everything, you don't even have to program. You just basically
download the software and then select, download all the different types of, for example, if you're into Adobe, they'll have an Adobe plugin. So you can just program it. If you're into streaming, it's fully compatible with OBS, and Stream Deck and stuff, Streamlabs and things like that.
Works with Mac?
Works for, yes, I think there are a Mac driver for it. But so even again, it's not 100% guarantee though, because I mean it's designed for
PC.
PCs, But this is something I thought was very innovative, and well done to Cool Master for that, because we saw this at Computex.
Like a year ago, and then this year again, it was more complete. Because we saw the prototype.
So this is I would say this is a pre-production sample. So this is what you'll get so without the knobs, so without these modules, because these square modules are, you have to buy them separate. But you're ready to go with this setup right here, like this. So this one is definitely something to work, for 2024, definitely a product which is very innovative and best of.
That's 2024. Let's go for, I'm going to give, I'm the only one that has a phone, and I think that this is the one that I think is probably the best, but I really love my Z Flip 6. Unfortunately, it is doing the thing with the camera right now, but I absolutely love this phone because it folds. I'm not going to fold it right now. You've already seen it in action, but the Z Flip 6 for me is compact, small, light, has now finally a smart, like a higher end smartphone grade camera, because it has a camera that's similar to the S24 now. It's improved in every way. Battery life is great now. Performance is great because it now has a heat pipe inside.
What was the previous one you had? Was it 3 or 4?
I had the 4.
4. You skipped the 5?
I skipped the 5 because it looked like this, but it didn't have the performance enhancement. Because the 5 it had the big back screen like you'll see here, but it didn't have the heat pipe.
So this one has better performance.
It has the higher end processor, and it doesn't. It has better battery life as well too. And because battery life is important.
But you also had a great deal.
I had the great deal
on the Samsung.
I couldn't say no. But again, it was time to upgrade. If you're on the Z Flip 3 or Z Flip 4 and you're not in the 6, you're missing out. But the 7 should be next year. That's your opportunity to get in, because I already found that this was such a great improvement. I think it's, for me, someone that wants a compact phone with not a lot of compromise, still a great camera, all the AI stuff, 4 years minimum of updates from Samsung. I think they've increased that as well too. And just all the features that you need to be a creator, because you can stand this up, you can have this out there.
Or 90 degrees.
90 degrees. I'm not going to do that right now.
And then you have the screen that shows you the...
That's right.
Like a little monitor.
The screen is usable now, for that purpose, because it's big enough now.
The other thing I wanted to ask is the tap to pay.
Yeah, the tap to pay works.
Okay.
It's always worked. It's just you need Samsung Pay, and I don't use it.
Right.
Yeah, I use Google Pay. That's the platform I use. So, but as far as everything else goes, yeah, it's a completely operational phone. Always a conversation starter when you bring it out, because it's still not ubiquitous. People still were like, "Oh, what's that?" In terms of in terms of hinge durability, I haven't dropped it yet in a way that to make it. But they've recessed the hinge so that it's less likely to be damaged.
I noticed there's less of a gap.
It's less of a gap,
and it looks more tighter.
It's way more tighter. It makes it click.
Yeah,
it wasn't there before.
It looks much better. I seen it. Again, this is one of these things I want, like in our previous podcast.
It's the bump in the middle is less noticeable. It's still there, but even looking, it's kind of hard to tell sometimes. When I'm just glancing at it, I can't really, it's hard to tell now.
Yeah.
And because the screen, I don't flip it right now, but it's so flat, it should be more noticeable, but it's not. It's just, it's just great.
It is a better product than I expected.
Way better product.
Right, when they did the Z4 and the Z5, and I thought, oh, it's just an update. But then this one is
this is a massive.
This is a big
upgrade.
Yeah, this is a big upgrade with lots of features and performance as well.
And it's got 12 gigabytes of memory on board, so as configured right now, and there's tons of different colors available for them. But its full retail is $1,372. That's its full retail. But of course, you do trade-ins, offers, and everything. You get this way less. So that's my smartphone of 20. I know some people will disagree with me, but I know Austin Evans will not, because he loves flip phones just like I do. And I think this is probably the best of all the flip phones out there, over any of the what's the other brand?
Motorola.
Oppo. Motorola.
Motorola sucks.
This is literally the one to get if you want something
if you
small,
want a flip phone,
and it fits in ladies' purses and everything like that. It's so small. It's like the size of a compact, right? You're next.
Right. As in the best of?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because we're going positive. We're ending off on the positive note.
Okay. I have this thing here called, it's in a pouch. It comes with a pouch, of course.
Okay.
So this is for creators.
Okay.
Okay. Because this year, for me, it was all about creating, right?
All right.
So from for the last 5-10 years, I've been doing YouTube videos on the 16:9 format. Kind of boring. You're spending like hours and hours on editing, filming footage, taking it off, put it into Adobe, whatever, and then you got to edit, add music, add soundtrack, add voiceover. Oh, it's a pain in the ass, right? Creators, I understand why they so up there with their content, because it's so easy to create, especially with the DJI Osmo Pocket 3, to create the portrait and you go around.
Yep.
So easy, right? So the thing is, of course, if you have a camera, standard camera, you have to flip it around and stuff like that. But the audio sucks. Or phone, especially on the phone, the audio sucks. So you need something that has better audio. That's why the Osmo Pocket 3 includes the DJI mic, because you want to get better audio. On a phone, the internal mic sucks. So what you need? Well, you need a separate mic, and if having professional mics are too expensive, right?
Yeah.
So now you can go to Amazon, because Amazon's it's okay, good price. I got this thing called Hollyland, and it comes with a pouch and magnetic clips.
Yep.
Dead cats and lanyards. Magnetic clips and stuff like that. So what it is an internal mic. Internal mic. USB mic actually that plugs into your Android phone.
Okay.
This is the receiver.
Does it work with the other brand?
Yeah.
Okay. Android
phone and iPhone. So it has to be USB-C.
Got it. So newer one.
So I wanted to get this. If I got the Lightning one, then I'm stuck with iPhone.
You're stuck
only.
with iPhone.
Right. With the USB-C, I'm able to use it here on my iPhone. And if my iPhone's dead, I say, hey, Steven, I need to borrow your Android phone. Plug it in, USB-C. Yep. So get the USB-C version. It has a power out inlet. So, if you're recording anything out of power, then you can just plug that USB-C power cable in there.
Okay.
So that plugs into your phone at the end, receiver, and you get 2 transmitters. Look at the size of this.
They're like little AirTags.
Little AirTags. And has the magnets.
Just don't lose them.
And it gives you, I think, around about 12 hours, 10 to 12 hours.
More than enough.
Because you're going to be recording small clips like.
Well, don't you have the case minutes as well, too, to drop in?
Yeah, and it gives you extra power to charge while you're, So, again, it's got 2. So I could be interviewing, I could put my phone on a tripod while recording. You can have a mic, I can have a mic, and we can start interviewing or talking.
Okay.
Even if the DJI mic, DJI Osmo Pocket 3, we forgot it, or it's damaged, or it's somewhere else.
We have a backup.
We can just get this, get the phone, put it on a tripod, and we can start recording our podcast.
All right, sweet.
So this
How
one
much?
retails for about $120.
That's not bad. It's like literally the price of one of these.
It is.
Right?
Because this is not is a kind of upcoming well-known-ish brand, Hollyland, because
actually you may not know, but Hollyland is actually a brand.
It is a brand.
We know it.
It's a brand. And guess who uses it a lot as well?
I do.
You do? And
because I have wireless transmitters, entire fleets of them. The film industry actually uses that.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah, it's not a little tiny brand.
It is a good brand. And who else is it? Bob. Bob uses it a lot as well.
That specific one.
No, not specific this one. He has the 3.5mm one, which he needs to plug into your DSLR camera.
Oh, right? I'm so sorry.
Yeah. I think he got one for his Lightning and iPhone.
Well, can't you just plug in the other end to the whatever?
But USB-C chargeable, and it's great product. I use it a lot for all my reels, shorts, because it's quick, easy to use.
Yep.
If I do my voiceovers, bang, 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 job done. But this is something I thought was, it's not this particular model, but this, the whole series of portable compact microphones you can get for your Android phones or your iPhones.
Very good. 120. What 120.
A deal. You get them in a Lightning cable, Lightning connector, USB-C connector. You have, this is the mini one because it's the round ones. You can get the larger ones, which I thought I don't really need because the compact ones are nice and small.
You just need to get the mic to the person's mouth.
Yes.
And then you're fine. And background noise, pretty good at
it's got the software which has the noise cancelling.
Okay.
Audio boost as well. So
all right.
Very nice.
There you go. Everything you need to sound good. All right. Ending off 2024, the best of 2024 is a product that is created by a friend of ours.
Yes.
That is, he is probably one of the most dynamic young people that I've ever had a chance to share a podcast with. Rob Teller from Hyte, a company that he actually put together with another partner from a company that he used to work for a long, long time ago, iBuyPower. He's come full circle. He's come back in the industry with a vengeance with a series of cases under the name Hyte. And they really shook things up when they rolled a bus around a city that looked like their case, because no one had ever seen anything like this. They really made the fish tank case mainstream and also sought after, and they have such a great vibe behind them that they've partnered with a lot of anime brands, a lot of comics, manga, and they've just really created such a great community and vibe behind it that everyone wants it. In fact, a lot of their demographic, they're actually female.
Yes.
You know?
Yes, there's a lot of they have a whole series of colors which just look perfect.
They just pop. They just have so much just mood and vibe. Just aesthetically, just amazing. So, thankfully, Uncle Rob sent me one of these cases to actually sample. And man, I gotta say,
it is
the Hyte Y70 Infinite Touch is your case.
Yeah, this has the
to get
touch screen.
I didn't get the touch screen.
Yeah,
but this is not the reason why I love this case so much. Okay. Before Winston, I had been reviewing computer cases for a very, very long time. Okay. And every time I review a case, there were certain things that I hated. Number one, hard to take apart. Number two, no cable management. I had to come up with my own solutions. Number three, did you really build with this case? Like, come on, like, what's going on? And number four, a lot of case manufacturers were too afraid to throw away past things, like things in the past, like 3.5 inch drive bays, 2.5 inch drive bays. They needed to eliminate all of that to go full legacy free with some of their more flagship cases, because we were no longer using those devices. We're no longer using those bays. It was just wasted space in the bottom of the case or the back of the case. So you shove like the manual or whatever that came in the box inside that. Useless space. So when Mr. Teller sent an extra one, Winston has the other one, I was actually able to build the system with my sons. And us together, when we're looking at how easy everything was to go together, it just made building a PC such an easy experience.
Yeah,
right? It's so simple.
With the window, because it has tempered glass windows, you can see the whole PC inside. When people say a PC, what is it? It's just a computer, right?
It's the tower. No, it's not. Yeah, the CPU. No,
but
it's
inside,
not.
you can see, or you can tell people, oh, this is the motherboard, which everything fits in.
Yeah.
Oh, this is the RAM, which you need, and it's got like RGB or whatever. Then this is the cooler, which cools the CPU. The CPU sits in the board. And this is the graphics card, which displays all your computer stuff, right?
Or they just don't give a crap. Can I play a game? And I want to build this PC as quick as possible. You can do it with this and it still looks good. You can actually, what I found out is that you can slap the whole thing together, throw all the cables in the back, and it still looks decent.
Yeah. But they put all the drive bays at the back or on the side, right? So it's hidden away, so you don't see that.
Yeah.
This is what we call a dual chamber case, which one chamber is for all your cables, drives, power supplies, while in the second chamber, which is the front part, is all your nice looking computer.
The aesthetic. The 360 mil radiator if you wanted one. So I built it with a all-in-one radiator. They do make their own as well, which is beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
It has a nice screen on it and everything like that. From Rob's experience working with, what's that company called? Asetek. And he knows all the ins and outs of water cooling and everything. And when they put out that new water cooler and the aesthetic that they were going for, it was just absolutely amazing. So this case may be expensive. It's $379.
Wow.
Canadian, I think.
Yeah.
Canadian or US?
Yeah, that's Canadian,
I think it's worth it because you're going to keep this case forever. You're going to be able to build your next system with it and the next system after that.
Nothing about this, though. You can't put your graphics card horizontally onto the board.
That's right.
It's not designed for that.
Yeah.
There's no space for that. So the only way you can fit it is vertically,
Actually, there is, because I found out that you don't need to use the riser cable. You can actually just plug it in. It just doesn't look as good.
Oh, right.
You can do that because they did set it up for that, but you can do it. That's not as good.
Yeah, it's designed to have it so that the display card, the graphics card, is in your face because you can see it rather than horizontal.
Because you paid for it. It's what they're vibing for. It's great.
If you're spending $1,000 on a graphics card, I want to be able to see it. Nicely looking in.
It looks great. Okay, because they're all half height bays.
Right.
So you could do like an external, like a 10 gigabit per second card or something like that. You could do half height things. You could do workstation cards, which you wouldn't want in this one, right? That are half height.
Yeah.
But if you want like a monster graphics card, it'll be the one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it'll be the one.
Yeah.
And
I had fun building a PC with it.
too, right?
It's easy and has a button. Is the power switch in the button? In the front?
It's a mechanical switch. And the thing is that if you buy the screen one, like the one without the screen, this guy right here,
it's cheaper then.
It's way cheaper.
Yeah.
It's only $199.
Yeah, because
that screen costs a lot of money.
We did a podcast with Rob.
Yeah, you have to check that out. He was explaining how this screen came about. It's actually the same screen that's inside the Asus laptop that has the flipping screen up.
And it's 4K. It's a 4K resolution screen. That's why it's so expensive.
Touch screen.
4K touch screen.
It's basically a full monitor. In fact, I'm not sure, but I think you can load Windows.
Oh yeah, you can. Yeah, of course you can.
You're fine doing that.
Yeah, you can. And that's why it's so expensive, because that screen is specific size. And it was made by, I can't remember which company. Yeah. But definitely it's a 4K resolution, touch screen. That's why it's so expensive.
Yeah. And you know what? Worth every penny. I think this is probably the best case of 2020. I know there's a lot of other cases out there. I know that a lot of different brands, like our friends at Be Quiet as well too, they just put out a really great case that they're proud of. Fractal as well too. But man, after not building a PC for quite a number of years, actually, by myself. I was upgrading things along the way, and a scratch build with this case was such a great experience.
Oh yeah. Everything's so much easier now, because gone are the days of the hard drives, the big 3.5 inch. Everything's on SSD. So thanks to Kingston, remember last year? Gives us SSDs and RAM, and with the board I gave you, the chip I gave you, and it was like enough. You just put it in, screw in the 6 corners, and put in your cooler.
It was pretty much tool free. I didn't even have to take out my Leatherman tool, except to clip the zip tie.
Yeah, so the whole thing about building PCs in the last year or two is toolless. The word toolless,
like truly toolless,
is the word that you need for PC cases, because then you don't have to have these screwdrivers and stuff
or anything like that.
Everything is toolless now these days. You could just use your thumbs to screw in. Of course, you need to tighten it up if you want to, but as fitting the board and everything in, it's toolless.
You can slap it together and it'll be fine. Yeah, except the thermal paste. You do need to do that properly.
$379 is with the LCD screen. If you don't want that, because
$199.
Me and Stephen got the one without the LCD, and I prefer the one without the LCD, because I can see the whole.
I can see right through it.
Right?
Yep.
That's $199, and that's a good price for $199.
Okay. Well, that's the best. Well, in my opinion, I'm sure that other people will differ, but to me, that's the best case. That's the best. One of the best products. One of the best experiences. Of 2024 is the Hyte Y70 or the touchscreen version. Thank you very much to our friend Rob Teller for actually letting me experience that. I was actually going to go out and buy it anyway, but then it showed up.
Two got sent over. I thought, hold on, I think I just need one to build it. And then I said, Stephen, this is for you? I'm sure.
I don't know.
I said, Rob, I'm sure Rob wanted to give you one. So I think
there you go.
There you go.
Okay. Well, that's 2024 in a nutshell. I hope you enjoy some of our picks. And if you have your picks as well too below for best and worst of 2024, please let us know in the comments. We are always looking for those and your experiences to share with us. And 2025 is just around the corner.
That's right.
Very, very interesting things are going to happen in the first week of the year.
We're going to be doing stuff. Of course, we're going to continue doing Computex. I can't wait for that. It's actually earlier this year. It's actually in middle of May.
And we've also got some CES kind of pre-coverage in the beginning of January. So stay tuned for a little bit of that. We're just going to be digging through all the press releases and all these appointments to see what's actually going to show up in the year and whether or not we should actually be interested in taking notice of it.
Also in 2025, around about February, March time, I think. It was not the bike show.
Oh, yeah. There's a bike show in Taiwan. I'm not sure if we'll be heading there, but I know Kenny will be there.
Okay.
Kenny from Thermal Take, our CEO friend. Will we be heading there? I'm not sure. I haven't heard from anyone on that, but I think that they could use maybe some interesting commentary from our podcast show. Yeah, especially with all of those brands that Kenny's bought up.
Yes.
He's got a very interesting business models, and maybe they'll make a lot more sense if we were actually there.
The margins for accessories are very big, actually.
Oh yeah, they're 80% or above. They're almost they're 500%. Like compared to PCs, when I basically said, "Hey Kenny, the margins are way better," it's like, "Oh yeah."
It's like
for sure.
It's like 2 to 3% of PC parts.
Yeah, but it's like more than 4 or 5 time markup because of the brands and everything, of the warranty service and everything. And because they build like bike parts so well, warranty never actually gets executed on a lot of the stuff. It just either wears out or it just dies in its own time.
Yeah.
Okay, so 2024,
Fine.
That's it from me and Winston. And if we don't see you before then, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
And we'll see you in 2025.
That's right. See you soon.
Bye-bye.